Hey everyone, and welcome to Cold Outreach Success Stories, where we interview regular business people just like you who've had a lot of success with cold outreach on email and other channels. We go deep into the process with hot tips around targeting, messaging, and personalization so that you can take away some tips to implement in your cold outreach starting tomorrow. Today, we have Lucia on the podcast with us. Hey, Lucia, welcome to the call.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Awesome. So let's get deeper into it. What does your business do and how do you make money?
So our business is a digital and a design studio.
Mhm.
At the moment, we just switched to a subscription-based plan.
Mhm.
So instead of the traditional agency or freelancers that you basically go project by project, you pay for the time that you stay with us.
Mhm.
So it's a little bit of a different take on digital and design studio because we know how much time usually you spend in administration work.
Mhm.
And especially when you try to get a new lead in, it takes a lot of time. So we want to shrink that time and just get into the thick of it.
Makes a ton of sense. So what type of clients do you typically work with?
We have worked with different type of clients, from like smaller companies, even like solopreneurs, like starting up their own business, to bigger companies, digital publishings, like bigger corporations as well. So it's quite varied because it depends on the type of service they require, especially because since we work also in animation, creating explainer videos or creating websites. So it really depends on the type of need that they have at the moment. And we are seeing more and more that people are more happy to shop around.
Mhm.
And that is kind of, I think, everyone's problem at the moment, especially the last 2 years. We saw a decline into kind of being very quick in getting a client. They want to really shop around, understand exactly what they want, what they need, who they are looking for. And I have to say that we are a lot out there, right, at the moment, especially in my industry. So
Mhm.
we need to make sure that we change the way that they see us, and that we put forward our best work at the end of the day.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Cool. So let's talk about lead generation, right? How do you find new clients?
We always had a good amount of clients coming from referrals or
Mhm.
from mouth to mouth,
Mhm.
and word of mouth was always kind of the best way for us. But we had the need to look into different strategies as well, because especially because the pipeline kind of dried out at one point. So we were looking into outreach campaigns as well.
Mhm.
And inbound still is something that we really believe in.
Mhm.
And it's something that we are still like building up at the moment.
Makes sense. So when it comes to outbound, what channels have you tried? What approaches?
We tried to reach out via email to
Mhm.
potential clients. So let's say that maybe a company is already looking for a freelancer on any job portal. We can
Mhm.
potentially try and tell them, why don't you, instead of going for a freelancer this time and next time having to find another one, why do you go with a steady partner like us?
Mhm.
And that actually resulted in a couple of calls.
Mhm.
But obviously, like, we took a very slow approach. We didn't go for like a mass email campaign. So it was very time consuming, and with obviously projects going on as well, it wasn't that easy to sustain.
Mhm. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. So with respect to email, what kind of copy do you use? Like, what do you write in that email to catch their attention?
Well, usually we really kind of go for something very easy, in the sense that we try to understand their perspective first. So we try to understand like what is the stage that the company is at the moment. So we
Mhm.
try to do a little bit of research around the specific company or the specific person that we are going to send the
Mhm.
email to, and see if we can speak with the right person. Because obviously, if I'm going to just send a generic email to an info at, is not going to be looked at probably,
Yeah.
or is going to finish into the spam folder probably. So
Right.
we try to get a little bit more specific towards what we think they need
Right.
and what is going to be their pain point probably that we can potentially solve. And
Mhm.
then we try to tell them what are the benefits, obviously, to potentially work with a company like ours. We don't do too many emails, so probably that also is something that we will need to probably look into more, and take more time with one specific lead. That was something that we know that probably we didn't do right.
Makes sense. Makes sense. So do you use any automation for that, or is it just something that you type in manually and send it over?
No, at the moment we just did a general copy on the benefit side of it, and then for the problem side, we as you know the lead changes, the icebreaker, let's say, changes as well, and then we will try to get these just in a document, so that when we are ready to move on to actually sending those emails, we can try to keep track of what we are doing at the moment.
So in terms of, so that brings on to me to my final question. In fact, what are some of the mistakes that you made when you first started doing cold outreach?
Well, probably we didn't do it consistently enough. That was probably the first mistake, because I believe that every technique that you do when it comes to sales is not something that happens overnight, if you know what I mean. So it has been quite a journey for us as a small business, and especially coming from being a freelancer myself, to trying to build up an agency, and then going back again as more of a smaller size of company. You are so into your business that you don't work really in, like, you still work in the business instead of on the business. So moving sales forward is something that you realize sometimes when the pipeline is or totally dry, and at that point you're kind of something needs to happen right now, and if it doesn't work, you kind of lose that momentum and you lose the drive even to try again. So that was probably, as I was saying, like consistency probably, and keep trying to refine our techniques for outreach. So that probably is the worst mistake. Probably patience as well. Consistency and patience, I would say.
Consistency and patience. There you have it, guys. It's all about consistency and patience when it comes to cold outreach. Thank you so much for coming on, Lucia. This is very, very interesting learnings for all of us. So for whoever who wants to follow your journey along, where can they find you?
We are at alilo.com, and they can find me on LinkedIn. I'm Lucia Desperati, and I look forward to connecting with you guys.
Awesome, Lucia. That was all the time we have. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So that's all the time we have, folks. I really enjoyed the episode. I hope you did too. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, whatever you can to spread the word out about cold outreach success stories so more people can enjoy and learn from the show. All right, that's all, folks. Bye-bye.